up in this piece. What's up? I'm your host, Dawson, and you know that co-host of mine, Ashley. What it do? And we got another guest in this building. You know her. KK from the Rat Lady. Hey. Hey y'all. So hey, we gonna here to do another show with you guys. I think you should get your favorite beverage, get some popcorn, some chips, sit your ass down. Let's do the talk. What up? What's up, Ashley? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm lovely. How are you?
Super well, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I was out there in Seattle.
It's hot today. No complaints.
Man, it's raining like, cats and dogs out there, they would say, but, it's been raining all week, pretty much every day. But, hey, same thing, hot as hell. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know what hell feels like, but it must be hot, though. People always say it's hot as hell, so. And let me ask this girl to the left of you, Ashley. What's up, KK? How you been? Welcome back to the show.
What's up? I've been good. Just doing me, as always.
Keeping it saucy.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it sassy, huh? Hey, we got a good show for you guys today. So, I don't know if you guys remembered, but I did a podcast on girls are dumb, but guys are dumber, right? And this stuff was, it was just the man's perspective of this, what we, titled that. Yeah, but now we get this perspective on the title. So this is, girls are dumber, but guys are dumber. Girls are smart, guys are dumb. But, yeah, just want to jump right in and ask you guys a couple questions. Hope you guys did your homework, saying? So I would like to start this discussion off of, how would you describe, and I'll go with Ashley first. How would you describe the dating in this day and age? How would you describe that?
Like my opinion of dating in this day and age, or dating at my age? I feel like there's a difference.
Hey, hey, pick which one are you thinking? I think about dating in your time of age. You know what I'm saying? Your day of age.
Well, I feel like it's hard. It's extremely hard. At my age, most people are a little bit, they've been hurt. They've been through some stuff. So I feel like that's like a huge added layer to an already like difficult situation. You add in social media and like this sense of like the grass is always greener on the other side, and like people are, we call it serial dating. A lot of my friends are like, oh, this person doesn't meet my qualifications, next. Like, I think people aren't as inclined to pick each other, like choose each other and figure it out,
Yeah, that was one of my questions on here as well. Dating apps. I'm not gonna lie. I met my wife on Facebook dating. You know what I'm saying? And when I first started, applying for these, sites, it was like so weird because like I wasn't really trying to catch on. I was really on my self-healing game. So I was on there just to see how women react to these, react to my page, right? So I'll put it like a cartoon character on as my profile page, right? And then the description and stuff just kept basic, but I was like, I got no hits. You know what I'm saying? Like even in like about your about page part of the page, you put all that about you. I laid it out. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking if you read this, you'll dismiss the picture because I think most people out here dating for for what people look like on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Well, I feel like when you're dating online, that's the only thing you really have to lead with is what you look like. Do you know what I'm saying? So like your picture is what's going to initially attract somebody. If someone's not vibing with your picture and you're in that swipe mode, They're not taking the time to
some of
read
these women
your.
out here just throwing, headshots. You know what I'm saying? They ain't showing their whole body. You know what I'm saying? So like, like
Absolutely.
it's kind of like catfishes, right? Like they call it catfishing. But like to me, it's like I rather get to know you, who you are from the inside, than rather from the outside looking in. From the outside, from the outside looking, out. I like to know about you. You know what I'm saying? That's preferable with me. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Kayla, have you did any of these, dating websites?
I tried, Tinder, but it was a flop for real. Like
You're at a younger age too, so that's being so young, right? I never did this when I was young. We didn't have the type of apps when I was your age. But I mean, like, give me a description, like how hard it is, like when you trying to find the right guy. Are you getting a lot of older guys trying to come at you, or guys your age?
Well, to be honest, it's not even just about age in my generation. Everybody's just trying to get the body up. Everyone just thinks that's the only thing that they have to offer and everything. So like most dating apps that I actually have got on, it's been mainly like, oh, I'm in town for a few days. Let's sleep, let's do this, And then it's like for the ones that say, oh, I want a relationship, they're not really looking for that. They're just looking for a way to come inside your house and do other things, so it's just like, and that's not my interest. I haven't been, the type of girl to be, easily give my body up. I feel like I have way more to offer than my body, so I just don't do the dating apps or anything. And plus dating apps are scary, but I don't know about y'all's generation, but my generation, like, there's been a lot of like, kidnappings on the apps and everything. Even for jobs, like job sites for like Indeed, there's been kidnapping. So I'm really scared of all that. I like to stay to myself.
and just so everybody know, you get kidnapped, you have to come see me, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want me looking for you, know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I'm thinking like, it's kind of hard out there if so we take it. So, on the podcast we had, before me and one of my guests on there talking about how, like you said, some women out here, making it so easy for guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ignored all the red flags, you know what I'm saying? And think about that, like, it's a lot, I really wanted to share this, but like, it's a lot of things going on with, when you give yourself up to someone that easy, right? You're taking on someone else's energy, and that energy is carrying in, throughout your body, all day, even though you wash yourself, and does that energy still, stays there until you release that energy out, in the universe somehow, some point. But people are really, really, really are missing these red flags, they're ignoring them completely. Like I said, we said before, like, yeah, a girl put a picture up there and she's, she got a nice, nice body, she's banging, she's looking good, bro. And it's like, my thing is, all I see is that. So, of course I'm swiping right, and hoping I get, someone in my DM. But it's like, these things, women are so, on these apps, I would like to say, most of these people on the apps, men and females, are broken. There's a lot of broken people on these apps.
Absolutely. I feel like we put a lot of emphasis on what we look like, and a lot of women, I mean, I'm men included, but I can only speak from a woman's perspective, is like, it is kind of delusional, right? We got filters and like all these social media influencers that are only like focused on makeup and what you look like and what you're wearing and like your body and filler and everything, and it only has to do with your outside. There's not a lot of emphasis on doing the work and just being a good person on the inside. Like, even people out there like doing good deeds and things, they're like doing it for views and for likes. It's not genuine. So it's hard. It's hard because I think that women, like we as women, get kind of wrapped up in that, right? And then these guys are measuring you based off of.
Do you think it's a lot of pressure on women? When signing up to these apps or just dating in general, you think it's a lot of pressure on women just make sure yourself looking good? That's a very argumentative statement. Because like I said, you can put on makeup all day long. You can do your hair, you know what I'm saying? Get your hair done, your nails done. You're saying you can do all that, but when that stuff comes off, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I facing from the inside of that person? You know what I'm saying? What if we want to see who you truly are inside, right? Because like looks are deceiving these days. It really is. So like not just on the dating apps, you know what I'm saying? But like, what do you guys? I mean, what do you guys think about? Because what do you think about this? You know, the name of this, the title of this podcast, "Girls Are Dumb." You know, dumb, right? Girls are dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you, you know, persuade someone saying, "Hey, I've heard this title, and this is what, you know." Did you get offensive when you seen that title on that podcast that day, Michaela?
When I first heard about it, yes, I got offended. It had drew my attention in a way. I was like, "What are you trying to say? Girls are dumb, but guys are dumb." Like, you know, it's always gonna be like a thing where it's like, hold on, let me, you know, look this up real quick. What do you mean? And then when I got to, you know, listening and everything, and it changed my perspective on it. I feel like, you know, girls are dumb and guys are dumber.
Just sharing some stories. Can you share a story, or you know, just elaborate on what you just you know, maybe you said when girls are dumb? Have you had any moments that, you know, you felt like you ignored some red flags, or, you know what I'm saying, like just look at an image of a person or man and like, that's all you went off of? You know, I mean,
there has been as simple as a guy cheating on me, and then I'll simply, you know, just feel bad in a way. Because I'm a person that's always feeling for people, feeling bad, trying to understand both sides. I'm always trying to, you know, reason with people when they step on me. Instead of, you know, checking them, I try to be like, okay, so what made you do that, this and that? And, you know, like, you know, seeing him cry, it made me like, all right, fine. Like, I'll just look past it. That's something that's just simply done. Don't, like, he simply did it in front of my face. I saw the messages. I saw everything. And then I was like, turn around, look over, it's nothing. And just women do a lot of dumb things.
A lot of girls are dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a norm, you know what I'm saying? Normalizing things these days of like, you know, people ignoring those red flags, or, you know, putting themselves second in these relationships. You know what I'm saying? When I look at relationships 50-50, and sometimes it's going to be 60-40, you know what I'm saying? Because like, it depends on the mood or the attitude, or, you know what I'm saying, the way the person feeling that day, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes one of the other have to stand, you know, step up, right? I mean, actually, me and you've been, I'm a little older than you, but, you know, you've been in that middle age, you know what I'm saying? You want to share some stuff?
I mean, I disagree with the 50-50. I feel like you got to be 100. And I think that, you know, out of this like feeling replaceable, like living in this generation where these dating apps and like, you know, all these situations are made to make you feel like you're replaceable, that we hold back, right? So like, we're not giving these relationships 100%, you know, and that can be toxic in its own way too, right? Like, you know, but I feel like if you're,
but I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean, like, when you say that you disagree with the, you know, 50-50, but it being 100, I think that's a strain on anybody, you know what I'm saying? Giving 100% of you on a regular basis is very hard to do, you know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, I feel like you got to show up for yourself 100% every day.
Absolutely.
So if you're choosing somebody to be your partner, why aren't you showing up 100% for them too?
Nah, I mean, like, that's a lot to ask for somebody, you know, every day. You know, I'm married, you know what I'm saying? And I
don't think it's every day. I think that's why it's important, though. Is like, I feel like the goal should be 100, because your partner might be having a 20% day.
Yeah, I mean. Like, I was going to say that
60%. Hold on, somebody got to be 60%. You know what I'm saying? In that person at the 40% range, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm you know, stepping in and showing out where I need to be. I'm just saying, me as a man in my age, I'm not giving you 100% every day or every other day. I'll give you my 50, you give me your 50. That makes that 100. You know what I'm saying?
How do you measure that though? How do you measure that? How do you look at your wife and you're like, you know what? Nope, you already got 60% today.
How you measure 100%? You know what I'm saying? Like 100% of what? Everybody.
I feel like by like doing the best you can, by doing the best you can all the time.
But you wake up every morning feeling 100%, giving up every day.
Absolutely not. But I'm saying that the effort, like the goal, should be to do the best you can.
I feel as y'all are saying the same thing, just in different words. I feel like, because I'm hearing both of you guys, and I hear that my father is simply just saying that, like, some days you're going to wake up and you're feeling like 50%. And then, you know, sometimes your partner's going to have to look at you and be like, all right, well, I see you're having a bad day. Let me step up and let me do this. Let me do that for you. And I feel like you're saying the same thing, as in you need to, you know, wake up every day with the mindset of, all right, let me give it my all. But that sometimes it's just not that. Sometimes you're just going to have a bad day, or you're having a disagreement with your partner and you don't really want to talk to them. It's not always going to be sunshine and perfect where it's just 100% always, you know. And something that's the same with yourself. You can't give yourself 100% all the time.
100% or thinking of 100%. I think it's impossible.
I'm not saying that I think it's possible, but when you say like I'm only giving 50, 60%, that implies that you're intentionally holding something back.
I get both.
I have 50% because I give 50% to my wife, and everybody else get less of that percentage. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like I still got to go to work. I still got to talk to my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I still got to deal with things. So me giving my okay. What we saying? Let me try to explain this. What we trying to say is this, right? My obligation should be giving 100% or 50%. What are you saying? My obligation.
I mean, I feel like your obligation is to do the best you can every day. I feel like when you measure it, you're implying there's a limit.
You name me one person giving 100% besides yourself every day. You know what I'm saying? I want that person to come up on the show, or even, you know, put into the.
I think you misunderstand it though. I'm not saying though like that you are giving 100%, but I'm saying that should be the goal. You know what I mean? Like if you go into something, anything, a relationship, parenting, and you're like, I'm only going to give it half of my energy. That's all you get. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you shooting to do your best, like wherever you land is going to be where you're supposed to be.
So let me ask you: if you're willing to give 100%, right? Even a thought, a process, a thought, right? Mm-hmm. And where's the other percent coming from for yourself?
It is for yourself. Like for me, like doing my best is fulfilling. Like trying to do my best. You know what I mean? Like being the best version of myself, that is for me. I mean, and I feel like the people that I care about benefit from that. Do you know what I'm saying? So It's not like I look at it like, oh, I'm giving my partner 100%. I'm just 100% ass bitch, and I'm going to do my best every day. And if you are lucky enough to be my person, you got 100% ass bitch. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference. Like
I'm pretty sure that a lot of women out there feel the same way, right? I really do. I think there's other guys, guys beside myself feel that way. You know, I mean, it's each his own, right? To me, it's each his own. Because to me, it's like if I commit to something, right? If I commit doing 100%, I can't go 90, 80. That's kind of how I committed to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean that because that's why I can only give you half, and the other half is reserved for myself and other people, right? Because I already love myself 100%. Period. Right? So it's not gonna happen to one in my life. Either, I only, accept those who are gonna increase in that percentage. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give me increase in my happiness. They can't make me happy. They can't make me want to be happy. They gotta start with me, right? So being when 100, just I give myself 100% love, right? And I see how you're saying it. Yeah, that in turns, that person gets to reciprocate that, right?
Right.
And in turns, make me feel better about myself, right? But regardless, there's men and women out here. We want the woman's perspective of this, show. There's so many women out there that only giving 0.5%. Right? And expecting the man, a 0.5%, even let's go below that, 30%, right? On average, 30%. You're giving 30% of your time to the relationship because, like we said, social media, kids, work, everything else implies in that, right? What do you think, Michaela? What do you think when you're giving only a low percentage towards a relationship? What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Sorry. Like, what do you mean?
Like, so if you give it only 30%, what do you think the results gonna be? What do you expect the result? Have you given less in a relationship? Have you given less, energy towards the person you call your, man? And what
I just feel like everything is really big on communication. As long as you have communication, I think there should be some type of understanding. Like, if I am to be giving, like, on a regular, my goal is, like how she said, is to always give 100%. It's always to give my all into everything. That's why I always end up in the situations I do and getting hurt, because I do give my entire all to somebody. But when there is days where I just am low, I'm depressed or whatever it is, I communicate that with the person I'm with at the time. And in situations where a person's understanding, they allow me to feel how I feel, because that's how it should be in a relationship. You should feel how you feel, and you should be able to feel that and deal with your feelings without somebody being offended. So I would hope that if I am giving 30% one day and I choose to communicate with my partner about it, that they choose to be understanding. And that doesn't mean you have to pick up the slacking per se. That doesn't mean you have to just do this, do that, do everything around. I'm in the younger generation. I don't live with a partner or anything. So I would say in my generation, it's like, if you don't live with your partner, I would tell my partner, I don't want to be on the phone as much today. I just want to take some time out to myself. I just need some me time. And I would hope that my partner would be like, all right, just take your time, do you, instead of calling my phone, blowing it up, nagging, who you with, this, like, all that negative, toxic relationship thing. I don't want to deal with it at all.
I think in a reality world, right? Things can be 100% all the time, right? But, just as we have a lot of stuff going on in this world right now, that it takes a lot of your energy away from these relationships. And I mean, like, Ashley, yourself, right? You're going through, an illness, right? And you given, you have 2 boys, right? And it's a lot, right? To give, to wake up every day. Then, when you talked on the side before this, this episode, we talked about how it's important for you to, to keep a lot of that energy towards yourself, right? So you can get better and heal yourself, right? So you need, like, right now, can you be honest and say that, like, every day, not every day, but some days you still waking up, with that mentality of giving 100%, or has that curbed some things in your life that you had to, take back that energy because it's draining you?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't look at it that way. I feel like I have to wake up with the intention of giving it my best. My best might not be 100%. Like KK said, like, yeah, I might have a 30% day, but that is my best. Do you know what I'm saying? And, I feel like really what is like, we're talking about giving and giving energy, but I think, like, what is really important is choosing people in your life that give it back in return, and not just, surrounding yourself with people where where that energy is reciprocated. Because when you are having a low day, someone might be able to bridge that gap or be understanding or not apply a certain type of pressure that you got to show up in a certain way if you can't, And I think
the part that
that's what's hard with all these superficial relationships. Is we're not meeting people that like,
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, that's what I meant, saying earlier. You may give that 100%, 40%, 60%, whatever you can wake up feeling that day, right? But that man or that woman has to be understanding. That's the key thing. You have to be understanding that my wife is very understanding that I'm going to get up every morning and give her my 50%, right? Every day. And I'm consistent with that. Right? And that's why I say I keep my numbers down, because I know if I wake, I'm pushed to be 100. Let me tell you something. These days, I'm giving her 100% of my time, because that's what she demands, though, right? She demands 100% of my attention sometimes, right? And I think as you get older, and I really truly believe this, that as we get older, that number decreases, right? because of things, illness and or other things, grandkids or things come into your life that takes a lot of that, energy from you and that time and that, from you, right? It demands it. So I think that if you don't have a partner that understands that, these situations, guess what? It ain't gonna work out. You feel me? And that's what
Absolutely.
that's why I feel that, when we say men are dumber, because a lot of men don't understand that. Because, even if you're a stay-at-home mother, right? That's work. Right? That's work. You do, making sure that, the house is clean, the kids are off to school, when they get home, they're taken care of, you make dinner for everybody. That's a full-time job, right? So when you're giving less energy, a man or a woman need to understand, right? Because I believe that, that we should be sharing this type of job as well. I may go home and go out there and make the bacon, but I need to put it on the frying pan sometimes too. Help my wife out sometimes. And I'm not really good at that. Because I grew up with a family of 4 sisters and a mom. And now I was always told to stay out the kitchen. So when I got older, that embedded me. So I know that sometimes taking on responsibilities, right, is a helping hand to either partner, right? So I mean, I think it's very interesting that some women can put in 100% every day. I do. I think I'm serious. I mean, I don't know if I'm experiencing that, or maybe I'm looking at it wrong. You dig? But like, I don't see anyone giving 100. To me,
I mean,
100%.
I think that it's like it's just the terminology that you're choosing to use, like the measuring stick. At the end of the day, you take away the number, the 100%, 30%, whatever. I think it's more just about being committed to doing your best. That's really, and that includes taking care of yourself, right? We know
Because
that
everyone should know in a relationship that it's not ever gonna be like rainbows and sunshine and it's gonna be so perfect. Like there's gonna be days where, like I said, y'all don't want to talk, or you're just not having it, or they're not just having it, or something outside of your relationship that causes you to like family dead. Like there's life. It's still like life is life, and people just need to be more understanding of that and just simply communicate. Like I said, communication is the key in relationships. If you're not communicating, it's never going to work. That's all I can say.
absolutely.
Let me take a 3-minute break. We'll be back, and I got some more questions. This is a very interesting conversation because, like, it's seriously, now I'm starting to see that when me and my guest was on the last show, we had our own perspective of things. So like, it's trying to get heated up again. So hey, stay tuned. We'll be back.